We're having some.
Hello, I think we are having some technical difficulties that we're trying to work out. I'm not sure where my rap started and ended, so I don't want to go all the way back, but please be a little patient with us so we can get this together.
Thank you so much. Why don't you keep going where you
Okay.
are? And then...
Pause video. Okay, I guess you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Let's see.
And we can see you.
Still on.
Okay. Well, I don't know where I started and left off, but I started talking about some of the principles of Kwanzaa, some of the elements of Kwanzaa, and some of the items that we use during Kwanzaa. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the principle of unity. And I think I'll go back a little bit, talking about Kwanzaa. The name Kwanzaa, it means first fruits of the harvest. It's a harvest festival that comes from different parts of Africa. The elements of Kwanzaa are the ingathering of people. As I said, that's the opposite of social distancing, where we wanted people to come together, where we're trying to keep people apart. Profound reverence to the creator. That's one of the elements of Kwanzaa also. Commemoration of the past. That is also one of the elements of Kwanzaa. And a recommitment to the highest cultural ideas in the community, keeping your community together with good news and good faith. And then also a celebration of the good. It's a good festival. They did not celebrate the bad things that happened. If they had rain or famine during the course of the year, they celebrated that harvest, no matter how large or small it was. So those are the things that we celebrate during Kwanzaa, and elements that Dr. Karenga, the inventor of Kwanzaa, built into the whole process. Tonight we have the principle of unity that we are celebrating. And I'm not sure whether you all heard me ask permission to start Kwanzaa, but we're going to do it again for those of you who were not able to hear. So we have a board member here, Mr. William Thomas. He is a board member of GRAMA, and GRAMA is the Grand Rapids African American Museum and Archives. So I'm going to ask Mr. Thomas again for his permission to start Kwanzaa. Mr. Thomas, can we start Kwanzaa?
Permission is granted.
Permission is granted.
Yes.
So, Habari Gani.
Umoja.
So you all answer emoji. Okay. The first thing that I think we are going to do is pour libation. This is also something that is traditional with Kwanzaa. As I said, commemoration of the past is one of the things that is very prevalent in the Kwanzaa ceremony. Now, when we celebrate the past, we are looking to our ancestors, and we look to our ancestors because they are the source of our lineage. They're models for ethical life. And they are a connection between us and the creator. So those are the reasons that we celebrate and honor our ancestors by pouring libation. And pouring libation is a function of a lot of different types of festivals all around Africa, but it is always to honor the ancestors. And so what we've done is to encourage you all to drop names in the chat. And we're going to attempt to pour our libation from the names that you give us. And in that regard, we'll be able to honor them as you are honoring them. And I'll have to get some of my hosts here to read the names for me, but I will start by.
I see a name here, Lois Hunter.
Lois Hunter. Now, what we're doing is pouring libations from a cup, and we are pouring it into a small potted plant, and that's a way of regenerating the earth. So do we see other names?
Doran Thomas.
Doran Thomas,
Carrie Drake.
Carrie Drake,
Mamie Braden.
Mamie Braden,
Carl and Rose Satterfield.
Carl and Rose Satterfield,
Jimmy Lee Clark.
Jimmy Lee Clark,
Pastor Clifton Rhodes.
Pastor Clifton Rhodes,
Juanita Haywood.
Juanita Haywood,
Kenneth Andre.
Kenneth Andre,
Velma and Mike Kirksey.
Velma and Mike Kirksey,
Kathy Eddy.
Kathy Eddy,
Bud and Norma Hardiman.
Bud and Norma Hardiman,
Lucille Taylor.
Lucille Taylor,
Edward and Mary Calvert.
Edward and Mary Calvert,
James Stackhouse.
James Stackhouse,
Clintia Evans.
Clintia Evans,
Francis King.
Francis King,
Lily Mae Lowry.
Lily Mae Lowry,
Lady Shahida El Amin.
Lady Shahida El Amin,
Cora Humphreys.
Cora Humphreys,
Betty Hodges.
Betty Hodges,
Teresa Pope Pritchard.
Teresa Pope Pritchard,
Maddie Madison.
Maddie Madison,
Margaret Moore.
Margaret Moore,
Jefferson Hurd Sr. and Jr.
Jefferson Hurd Sr. and Jr.,
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor,
Honesty Hodges.
Honesty Hodges. Thank you for those names. We will say a prayer for them. Deb, do you want to?
Gracious God, we thank you for our ancestors. We thank you for all that they meant to us and to this world. We ask, Lord, that you would bless everyone that is gathered here. May we honor these ancestors in everything that we do and everything we put our hands to do. Bless the rest of this ceremony. We ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you for supplying those names for us, and we know they're being honored now. The next part of Kwanzaa is going to be the lighting of the Kanara. And we're gonna have to move the camera around.
This way.
Yeah. Yeah. The middle one. Today we're going to light the unity candle. The day of Umoja is about unity. So this is part of our section 2. When we break out into sections, we'll be talking about unity and how we can improve unity, but a little bit about unity as far as the Kwanzaa goes. It is also broken down into the things that we celebrate, which would be unity in the family, unity in the community, unity on a nationwide basis, and community unity in a basis of race or international with our African brothers and sisters. So with those thoughts in mind, we light the unity candle today. Thank you. And with that, we should have a video coming up that talks more about unity.
1 second.
What are you saying?
There it is.
Umoja.
Umoja is the principle that we are going to celebrate today. I'm George Beyer, the Executive Director of GRAMA, which is the Grand Rapids African American Museum and Archives. And we're here to talk about unity, or the foundational first principle of the Nguzo Saba. Unity starts in the family and moves to the community and moves to the nation and then moves to the international realm or the race. And we're going to talk about unity today a little bit, and you're going to celebrate unity with us. Unity not only is a principle, but it is a practice. You have to kind of practice what you preach. And in families, it means that adults and children respect each other. You learn to resolve your differences without any beefs. And you try to keep the family together. And when you move to the community level, it's the same as the family. You're trying to keep community members together. It's also a purpose and a practice, as I said. These principles and these purposes are things that we have to practice in everyday life. When we get to the community, it's one of the things that keeps us in harmonious living. Living with our brothers and sisters.
Thank you for
And
your
if
patience.
we
We're just checking to
learn
see if our
do conflict,
co-host has the video and access to it to play.
Yes, I hear you're only hearing it and not seeing it. So let me restart and reshare the screen that I believe will give you access to the video. Can you now see the video? Ms. Bayer? Okay, great, thank you. I will now start the video.
Habari Gani.
Umoja.
Umoja is the principle that we are going to celebrate today. I'm George Beyer, the Executive Director of GRAMA, which is the Grand Rapids African American Museum and Archives. And we're here to talk about unity, or the foundational first principle of the Nguzo Saba. Unity starts in the family and moves to the community and moves to the nation and then moves to the international realm or the race. And we're going to talk about unity today a little bit, and you're going to celebrate unity with us. Unity not only is a principle, but it is a practice. You have to kind of practice what you preach. And in families, it means that adults and children respect each other. You learn to resolve your differences without any beefs. And you try to keep the family together. And when you move to the community level, it's the same as the family. You're trying to keep community members together. It's also a purpose and a practice, as I said. These principles and these purposes are things that we have to practice in everyday life. When we get to the community, it's one of the things that keeps us in harmonious living, living with our brothers and sisters. And if we learn to do conflict resolution, conflict resolution is how we can make our families better, and it's also how we can make our communities better. And now, when we start talking about community, we also talk about the community as being a microcosm of the family, and so it then moves into a national level where we talk about our unity with our race, with our other African brothers around the continent, and that's the part of unity that that we talk about when we have Kwanzaa on a day like this, and we celebrate Umoja. It's the community building. This is what Malcolm X talked about a lot when he talked about groups in the community organizing and then those groups organizing. It's a unity building process that we come to when we want to try to make our community good. And that is also one of the foundational parts of Kwanzaa, is that it's for the good. We don't get together to really beef. We're supposed to get together to resolve and make differences and make things better, to keep the unity better within our own community. So, in a few minutes, you're going to have an opportunity to talk about unity, to maybe discuss what it is that you can do in your own community, in your own family, and even with your brothers and sisters across the pond, as they say. So, Habari Gani,
Umoja.
thank you very much.
Next, we will have a reading of a children's book by our community partner, We Are Lit, and the owner, Kendra McNeil.
Habari Gani,
Umoja.
Umoja is the
This is the story of Anansi the Spider, a tale from the Ashanti people. The story of Anansi and his sons is shared during the celebration of Kwanzaa to represent Umoja, that is unity. All of us taking responsibility for our family and our community and working together to ensure survival and success. Here is the story of Anansi and his sons, inspired by the Ashanti tale written by Gerald McDermott, read by Kendra McNeil, owner and curator of We Are Lit Grand Rapids Bookshop. When Anansi's first son was born, and Anansi and his wife, Aso, were ready to name the child, the baby spoke up and said, "I have brought my own name with me. It is Sea Trouble." Their second son also announced his name in this way. He was Road Builder. Each of his 6 sons, in turn, announced their names in this way. There was River Drinker, game skinner, stone thrower, and cushion. Once, Anansi had to go on a long journey. On his trip, he found a big, bright, shiny ball. He was bringing it home when he fell into the lake and was swallowed by a big fish. Anansi decided right then that he would give the bright, shiny object to whoever rescued him. As time passed and Anansi did not return home, his family became worried. Sea Trouble looked ahead to see Anansi inside the big fish. He told his brothers. Right away, Road Builder cleared a path through the forest for his brothers to follow. When they got to the lake, it was the thirsty brothers' turn. River Drinker drank up all the water in the lake. There was the big fish at the bottom. Game Skinner went right to work. He cut open that fish to let Anansi out. Anansi was still holding that bright, shiny object he had found. Suddenly, a giant bird flew down and grabbed Anansi. It took him way up into the sky. Stone Thrower grabbed a rock and threw it. He hit the bird just right to make it let go of Anansi. Down, down Anansi fell, but he didn't get hurt because Cushion put himself in the way. Anansi landed softly. Anansi wanted to give the bright, shiny object to the son who had rescued him, but he couldn't decide who had done the most to help him. He gave the bright, shiny thing to Nyame, who put it up in the sky until someone could figure out which son deserved it the most. It is still there in the sky. You can see it tonight. The end.
The floor is back over to you, Mr. Bayard. Mrs. Bayard? All right, I know that we are now moving into the next segment of the Kwanzaa celebration, where we will have some community conversation around the topic of unity. And I do believe that Mr. Bayard was planning to put you all into breakout rooms. And the only question is whether or not he had enough people to help facilitate those conversations. There are about 60 people in the room this evening, and his topics of conversation was, what can you do to improve family unity? What can you do to improve community unity? What can you do to improve unity on a national level? What is a good role model for unity? What can be done to unify the African and African American communities here in Grand Rapids? And what does unity look like in your school, your work, or your neighborhood? So I'm going to open up a total of 3 breakout rooms, and they're going to automatically assign you into a room. Oh, she's back. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And let me just say this. I'm telling you, technology in 2020. Can you all relate? Right? You can relate. I have to say, I so appreciate all of you and your patience. It is not going the way that we had hoped, but I'll tell you what, it's going, right? And so thank you.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you now, sir. We can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so have we broken out into the different rooms?
No, sir, we were just to do that. I was trying to hold court, you know. I was talking as slowly as I could. I did explain to them that we were not going into
once again, we are talking about unity tonight. And when we break out, we're just going to ask some simple questions to get the ball rolling. And they're basically talking about unity. And we'd like people to ask myself and the other folks in that room, what can you do to improve your family unity? What can you do to improve your community unity? What can you do to improve unity on a nationwide basis? Who's a good role model for unity for you? What can be done to unify the African and African American community here in Grand Rapids? And what does unity look like in your school, your workplace, or your neighborhood? So those are some thoughts that we'd like you to ponder. We'll take about a half hour and then come back into the main room and wrap up the Kwanzaa ceremony. So if the host would get you divided into the different rooms, and then we have some other hosts inside those rooms that'll help the conversation go. So Angela, can we break it down?
Yes, so everyone, I will be opening up 3 rooms. They're all entitled Unity Room 1, 2, and 3. And you all can go into any room, and I believe you can move between rooms if you choose to. So instead of, we're giving you the power of choice here. So I will be opening up the rooms. You'll need to select a room, and then if you choose to stay in this room, we'll have the same dialogue, the main room, okay? All right, I'm opening up the rooms now.
It should be a computer thing that just puts people in everything.
I don't see anyone moving. So if you click on, actually, you know what? I think what will work best is if we actually just assign you all. Oh, no, they're starting to move. Great. Mr. Bayer, did you have moderators assigned to go into each room to facilitate the conversation? Or are you expecting them to do that on their own?
Say that again. What was the question?
I was asking, did he have a volunteer from your team or someone that will go into each room to help just facilitate the dialogue, or were you expecting them to do that on their own?
So I'm in a room, Kamara's in a room, and I think, Bay, you're in a room, right, Bay? I'm not sure that he can.
He's looking, but he's not right. Okay. All right.
We are prepared. Kamara and I are prepared to facilitate. How many rooms do you have? Do you have 4?
We have 3 rooms, and right now, room 2 could use some more people. If you are not, if you have not joined the room.
I have not. You put me wherever you need me.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put you in room 1 since it's already
Okay.
populated.
Okay.
All right, and that's Deborah, correct? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you should have a, yep. Okay. Kamara, I'm going to put you into room 3. For all of you that are still in the main room, because there's quite a few of you, if you'd like to go into a room, there's room 2 that can still use a few individuals.
You guys hear me?
You can take your mask off,
Thank
Kamara.
you so very much for bearing with us with technology and all of its many delights. Let me see.
I can go into room 2,
I can.
Mr. Bayer, if you want to facilitate the conversation with those who still remain in this room. There's about 30 people that are still in this room.
So I'm going to open the chat. You all should be able to type here in the chat. And I would just like to ask if any of you here,
Mr. Bayer,
how do you all feel about unity within the family unit? What are some things that that you notice about maybe within your own family or
Mr. Bayer, I'm going to move you into room 2, okay? I'll put everybody into room.
About unity. Or if there's
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Mr.
We just went to.
Hi. Hi, welcome to the Community Kwanzaa celebration. Everyone is in a breakout room right now, so we can assign you into a room so you can join the conversation. It will wrap up in about 14 minutes. So I will assign each of you to a room and you can join and be a part of the conversation already taking place. There's going to be a pop-up button that says to join the room, so just go ahead and hit that. Hi, Brother Elamine. This is Angela. Hi. Oh. Hi, can you hear me? Brother Elamine, this is Angela. So right now everyone is in a community or in a breakout room having a community discussion. There's about 10 minutes left. I can put you into a room or you can hang out here with me until they get back in.
Okay, I'm just coming around.
Okay.
Give me an update.
Well, we've had some technical challenges that hopefully we can iron out before we go into tomorrow's activity. But right now we're good. Like I said, the conversations are going. We probably have a little over 60 people in the
Okay.
call tonight.
All right.
And, this is the first night, so hopefully the word will continue to get out. And before we end, we'll make sure that we encourage people to invite friends and family to join us the rest of the week.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, no
rough
worries.
afternoon with this eye.
How's your eyes?
Yeah, it's better. It's
Better.
not. I'm hoping it gets much better.
Okay, yeah, see the glasses. I've had LASIK surgery, so immediately after that, they certainly encourage you to stay out of the sun and any direct light, including the computer, because of the blue light. But
Yeah, my problem is they want to keep your head down.
you can't stay still, can you?
Yeah, they're supposed to keep my head down for 2 weeks. I don't know how to do that, and that causes issues.
Are you having headaches as a result?
You gonna be available tomorrow afternoon or Monday early?
Yeah, you want to go through your presentation?
Yeah, in terms of, I don't have my setup.
Okay.
So how, I don't want to just, I guess I'm.
See if there's someone. We can see if there's someone here. Maybe there's someone locally that can do the lighting. Maybe Mr. Bayard will do the lighting of the candle for you, that portion.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we can ask him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I need to actually check with one of our soars. We're on for tomorrow.
Okay. 6 o'clock. Yeah. That program.
We'll make it. We'll do what we can.
Okay.
I know it's not ideal to do this online, but we're gonna make it work.
Well, I'm glad somebody knows something about the tech, because I'm out of the loop.
That's okay. Even with my knowledge, I'm still like fumbling a little bit just because this is the first time, and I really kind of, I don't know. It's so many moving parts. Hi, Sister Hancock. Thanks for joining us. Everyone is in a breakout room right now, so I can add you to a room and you can just sit in and be a part of a conversation, or there's about 7 minutes left.
What are the breakout rooms, Dina?
There's 3 breakout rooms. They're talking about the same thing. About he had a couple of questions that he probed. What can you do to improve family unity, improve community unity, unity on a national level, so on and so forth.
Can you put me in the national?
Oh, they're like all those questions. So Mr. Bayard has a room, Mrs. Bayard, and then their daughter. So they're just kind of facilitating all these questions. I could put you in a room with George.
Yeah, let me hear how it's going.
Okay, all right, give me 1 second. There's going to be a button that says to join room, so just click on that, okay?
All right.
All right. All right, Shirley, I'm going to add you to one as well. Hi, Lupe. Are you just joining us? Lupe, this is Angela. I'm doing tech support for tonight. Everyone is in a breakout room right now. There's about 4.5 minutes left of that conversation, and everyone will be returning back to the main room. I can put you in a room, or you can just hang out in here with me for a few minutes. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I will wait until everybody comes back.
Okay,
I'll be hanging around here. I'm gonna go do something and I'll be back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I guess Anita knowing how to leave a breakout room. You broke out of jail.
I hear you, Ange.
And broke out of jail. Well, I think there's about 3 minutes left in the breakout room.
I was actually coming out because I was going to try and go to a different one.
Oh, okay. I can put you in another one. Which one did you come out of?
2, so if you can put me in, try 1.
Okay, I'll do that. There you go. Hi, Robin. Are you just joining us? All right. Welcome back, everyone, to the main room. Hopefully you have had some fruitful conversations. I'm going to just check that, make sure everyone is back. All right. Everyone has returned back to the main room. So, Mr. Baer, you can close out. You can proceed with the closing. Or
Okay.
You can proceed.
Well, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Well, this has been a interesting experience, the virtual Kwanzaa. You know, as I said, I hope this is the last one that we have because the physical Kwanzaa is much better than the virtual Kwanzaa. And we want to thank everybody for coming in on board today and checking us out. We are ecstatic about being able to reach so many more people. It's what Unity and Umoja is all about. And we are glad that we've had this opportunity to talk with you. We want you to also, as part of Unity, support our sponsors and our organizers. You'll see a blurb come up later on. Don't click right off, just check out some of the websites and some of the links to get you on board with folks who have been doing business here in Grand Rapids and supporting other organizations like ourselves here. One of the things that came up in our session was the organization Kwanzaa 365, because that's what we're striving for. We're striving to make the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles, part of our everyday life, or part of our everyday lexicon, or part of our everyday motivations. And so to end Kwanzaa, we say the Harambes, and Harambes are where you grab up and grab a piece of the sun, pull it down, and this is the first day, so we're only going to say one Harambe. And so let's grab it and bring it down. Harambe!
Harambe!
Thank you very much. Hey, Ned, how you doing?
I'm doing well, George. Fantastic. What time are we scheduled to go till? 7? 7:30?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Yeah.
I think we're actually.
I think we're going to leave the rooms open for people who wanted to continue to chat. We have to tell people maybe some of the things that are coming up. Tomorrow is going to be a day of Umoja. The day of Kujichagulia, and that's going to be presented by the Grand Rapids Alumni Chapter Delta Sigma Theta, and we hope that you can join us for the second day of Kwanzaa. We also want you to continue to have people contact us and register, because at the very end of Kwanzaa, on the last day of Imani, we give out the Zawadi, and that's the gifts. And what we're doing, we've had some generous donations from organizations here in the community. We're going to give away gift certificates, as long as they last, to come down and buy books from We Are Lit bookstore. You can come down to the museum. They are a central part of our museum now. And you can also go online at We Are Lit and get books. These are generally books for the kids, for the young people, but not necessarily. I mean, you can use the gift certificate in any way, but we encourage it to be for the young people, for children. I guess with that, I can either turn it back to Angela, or we can take more questions, or if you missed the part, we can maybe get a replay of the videos. The Karamu Feast, which is also going to be on the last day of Kwanzaa, gifts for the children, and share the invite with other people in the community, so that by the end of the seventh day, on the seventh day, we have 3,000 people. That's what Ned told me. It's gonna be 3,000 people. So we're gonna have 3,000 people. So we want you to do that. And, this is the start of something that we're going to continue. I mean, we're going to do the physical Kwanzaa, but I think we're also going to do the virtual Kwanzaa too, because it's people around the country who have logged into us and have expressed interest in helping us with different things that we're doing in the Grand Rapids community, which is what unity is all about. That's what we're here for. Umoja.
Great.
All right. I do want to just play the PSA one more time for those who weren't able to join us at the beginning. And this is in support of one of our donors, of Black Impact Collaboratives.
All right, good. Let's go, bring it up. All right, good. Hey, make sure you guys know that when you're outside of practice, make sure you're masking up. That means when you go to different churches, when you're at home, when you're visiting, so that way when we come back to school, we put everybody in a safe position. All right, so let's make sure that if you guys have any questions pertaining to needing masks or sanitizer, contact me. I got some friends over at the Black Impact Collaborative. They're more than willing to give us as many masks and sanitizer bottles that we might need. All right, make sure you guys know, in order to lace them up, we got a mask up. All right, you guys got any questions for me? All right, good. Let's go air daps real quick. One team, one family on 3. 1, 2, 3. One team, one family. All right, good work, boys.
Message from the BIC. Visit us at bicgr.com.
This is just one of several public service announcements that have been produced by the BIC, and you'll see others throughout the week. But please share the Facebook event page, and make sure if you're on tonight, that means you've registered. If you know that people are watching the YouTube stream, which is taking place right now, we encourage them to also register in order for us to be able to track those children in the household so they can benefit from the gift. So thank you all for your patience again, and we will take all of the learned lessons from tonight to make sure that we have fewer technical challenges in the days ahead. But thank you all again for your patience.
Thank you very much.
I will keep the room open for another hour. If anyone wants to just have kind of grassroots conversation, this is a time for people to organically connect. Do you have to be present? You don't have to be present to benefit from the children's book. We do look at attendance though. So if you register, we are looking at that, looking at people actually attending and logging in. So we are able to identify attendance versus registration. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, yeah.
Present.
Oh, go ahead. You're muted.
Do you have to be present on January 1st to benefit from the gift? And I don't think so. I think as long as you're registered, right?
As long as you're registered and you've attended. So we can tell who's attended which nights versus, so if you registered and never attended a night, then that will make you ineligible. So we want to see at least one attendance throughout the week.
Somebody also asked about, oh, no, that was, whether we still had any Kwanzaa Kanara sets left. And I think we have one. No, yeah, one left. one left. If people don't have Kwanzaa kanaras, cups, mats, and kekas, or